Peace, peace, peace. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. It's October 14th, 2024 on a Monday night. And I'm coming in because we have some transits that need to be talked about. I know I said I was going to do this video saying what my channel was about. I'm going to get into that really quickly. And then I'm going to get into these transits. So, I'm Aisha, aka the Funky Ass Astrologer. I study occult sciences. I'm an 8th houser. And what that means is I'm a Scorpio in Scorpio's house. So I call myself a super Scorpio. And my channel is going to be about astrology, occult sciences. I love music, so we're going to astrologically break down songs from time to time. It's going to be a real fun vibe here. I got into astrology probably about, I want to say 14 to 15 years ago, really heavy. And the way I got into it is really strange. I had a homegirl, we was real tight back in the day. And I used to notice people's behaviors. And I said, God, this person acts like a Gemini. Like they be flip-flopping, but they were a Taurus. And then there was another person that I said the same thing about. So me and my homegirl, we was downstairs in my house chilling or whatever. And this book, I swear it seemed like this book popped out the sky because I have no idea how this book got on my table. I don't even know where this book came from. I didn't buy this book and she didn't bring the book there. Nevertheless, this book called Moon Signs was on my table. And as a matter of fact, this was the year 2009. It was 2009. And the book was sitting on my table. So I was like, what the heck is this? So I just picked it up or whatever. And I knew about sun signs. I didn't know moon signs. I knew what rising signs were. I knew at the time that, now the books said I'm an Aries rising. But when I really started plugging my data in, I'm actually a Pisces rising. So anywho, we combing through this book, right? And then like the book says, go to your birthday. And then if you go to your birthday, it had this other thing you looked up and that told you your moon sign. So I'm looking and I'm like plugging in people's birthdays. And I'm like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. They are Gemini moon. That's why I always pulled Gemini off of them. So we just started like reading celebrities off the TV. Like, we're like, oh, what you peg? What you peg? And it became it was like a game. Like, I got so good that I could kind of look at people like, they got fire news. They X, Y, Z, they're Aries. Like, I started to look at behaviors and different things because astrology to me is a form of psychology. They're never going to say that in psychology, but yeah, it's a form of psychology. I watch behaviors, thought processes, patterns, a lot of different things. Like I could be talking to somebody, it could be a damn Gemini, but talking to them, I'm like, they Mercury is in Cancer. Or their Mercury is retrograde in Gemini, or whatever the case is, just from talking to them, because astrology goes into so much more than just the sun sign. The sun sign is just your ego. Because you can have a sun sign, but then if you got a stellium, which is 3 or more planets in one sign, that's going to wake the whole damn sun sign out. That's why you'll get people like, damn, you a such and such? Nah, I pick up Aries vibes off of you. I just don't see it because they probably got a lot of Aries in their chart. So as you know, you hanging out here with me on my channel, we're going to get into a lot as time goes on. I love to teach. I have Mercury and Sagittarius in the 9th house, so I love to teach. I will be, doing little trivias. I love music, so I might be having a night where I'm like, you know what? I'm about to astrologically break this song down and see what transits was popping and what was going on and why, what was the meaning behind a song or whatever. I'm very creative like that or whatever, so that's what you can expect from my channel, a real good time. There's going to be times that I'm like, all right, it's Funky Friday and we just going to get funky. We're going to air everything out. It is what it is. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need the vent. And it's a lot going on in the world. A lot of things is changing. And you need to have a place where you can just kind of talk and, feel like you're amongst community and people that vibe with you and people that get you. And also get some information at the same time. So that's what my channel's about. Now, I'm going to get into these transits because it's a lot going on right now. And the one thing that I'm going to say is it definitely feels very Mercury retrograde now. It feels beyond Mercury retrograde. Jupiter has retrograded in Gemini. Now, Whenever you have anything in an mercurial sign, it's gonna feel mercurial retrograde. It don't matter what's going on, because that house is being hit. A mercurial house is getting hit. And with Jupiter being big energy, retrograding in Gemini, all that means is Gemini is activated right now. So Gemini's house is planes, trains, automobiles, cousins, aunts, uncles, siblings, short travel, like your local traveling or whatever, back and forth to work, all that stuff. All that falls under Gemini's house. Geminis, what do Geminis do? They're talkers. They spread the news. You get around in Gemini's house. So with Jupiter being retrograde there, now Gemini's all discombobulated. Now things are slowing down. Things are off course. Things are out of order in a big ass way. Not only do we have Jupiter retrograde in Gemini, but we also have Mercury, which is a mercurial sign, Mercury itself, the Mercury in Scorpio. Now, yesterday he was at 29 degrees, so he still has Scorpio energy. What is Scorpio? Secrets. So we have Mercury himself in Scorpio, the eighth house of secrets. And then we also have a mercurial a mercurial house being activated with Gemini and the Jupiter situation. So what's going to happen now? Secrets are going to come out. Secret stuff that you was waiting to hear, stuff that you didn't even know you needed to know. A lot of stuff that was being hidden is going to be uncovered with this transit. Now, don't forget, we also have Saturn still retrograde in Pisces, activating more mercurial energy, because Pisces is opposite of Virgo. So now we got Gemini activated. We got Virgo activated. What does that mean? Virgo's the health house. What is Virgo? Acts of service, the sixth house. That's getting around also. That's going to your job, not your career, going to your job. That's picking the kids up from work. That's going to the doctors. That's running your errands. That's going, all your little health stuff, your day-to-day, you're brushing your teeth, your physical hygiene, all that's in that house. You know what can happen with this? Upper respiratory infections. This transit can bring upper respiratory infections. Now, I know it's that time of the year, and those of us who are up north, we are already feeling it. But definitely protect your respiratory systems at this time. Also, it can be a lot of stuff in the air. It's pollutants. That's also pollutants in the air. So it's a good time to be very, very careful with your respiratory tract. Drink your tea, your lemon, anything that keeps that lubricated. You definitely want to, make sure you're taking care of that at this time. Mail's been running a little bit slow. When you're typing something up or taking care of business, check it once, check it again, check it a third time, back it up once, back it up again, back it up a third time. You got to take extra precautions, because when these transits are here, and the thing about it is, I don't like to be a slave to no transit. I don't like to sit there and be like, oh my God, my life's over. I can't do nothing because this is in retrograde. Oh, nope. I don't do that. I take the necessary precautions, and I also use cheat codes. What are cheat codes? Well, I'll be talking about cheat codes as we go along, because there are different little spiritual things that you can do when certain transits are going on, so that you can get through the transit without a whole bunch of bullshit. So I'll be getting into that shortly. But also, there were a couple of other things. Oh yeah, Pluto went direct. What is Pluto? Secrets. Where is Pluto heading? Aquarius. Aquarius just can't hold no damn water. And we got Pluto, which is Scorpio's planet of secrets, in Aquarius. So much stuff is coming out. And then Pluto in Aquarius is going to square Cancer, which is the family. So family stuff is probably going to come out. Old lovers are going to wind up popping up. And I say lovers, I'm not talking about like karmic, like, oh, this is my soulmate. Nope, I'm talking about old lovers. Maybe a situation that wasn't traditional. May come back, somebody may come back. There might have been a situation that didn't get any closure. Those people are coming back. A lot of your people's coming back. Everybody wants a do-over. And I'm going to tell you about do-overs. Remember why you got rid of them, or remember why you separated. Now, if it's worth it, then maybe y'all can go ahead and resolve that unresolved business. If it wasn't, keep it moving, because Neptune's also retrograde. So you got to believe half of what you see and barely none of what you hear. You got to do your own research, go with your own feelings, because it's a lot of shit in the air right now. There was some other transits I was talking about here. Oh, the nudes. Yes, the nudes. North Node is in Aries, opposing the relationship house still. And we getting ready to have that eclipse in a couple days, hitting the relationship axis even harder. So many people are breaking up right now. And it's nothing to be sad over. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, people come into your life for a reason and a season, and sometimes they're here just for you to clear up a karmic debt y'all might have had with each other. So definitely a lot of people are breaking up, but a lot of new relationships are starting too. But like I said, with all this energy in Gemini, just definitely be careful, because no shade, but there's a lot of deception in the air right now. It's a lot of deception in the air, and this is going to take a little while for all this to settle. Whenever a transit starts and it moves from one house to the next, the energy is very all over the place. It got to settle in real quick. So I don't make any moves when there's any new transits coming. I got to see how this transit, I got to see the theme of the transit. So you kind of want to pay attention to the theme of the transit. Now, has anybody else's mind been irritated? I have been irritated. And Gemini is a very irritable sign. They're mercurial. Their minds run a mile a minute. They'll have 10, 20 different conversations going on in their head. So with Jupiter going retrograde, the wires is crossing and getting mixed, and they have been irritated. But that's everybody's third house, because even though it may not be your third house per se in your chart, globally it's the third house. So you gotta kind of look at everybody going through stuff, and not to mention wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. Now, you can have Gemini in the fifth house retrograde. So that means your fifth house of dating, children, creativity, with having Jupiter retrograde there, that would definitely bring back old people, old hobbies, and different things of that nature. So you can possibly definitely see people from long ago. Depends on, where things are at in your birth chart. If you need to get a birth chart, you can always go to astro.com. I like them for the charts, but they don't tell you how to interpret them. But you can go through and just kind of look and teach yourself, like, okay, this is that house, this is this house. And then as I start to go through the signs in the houses, you'll be able to compare this chart that you did for yourself with what I said what house is. So you're definitely going to learn a lot here. What the takeaway for today is, leave a little bit earlier. Don't think you're going to be leaving at 15 minutes before you got to be somewhere. No, give yourself a little bit of extra time. You'll cut down on some aggravation. The neighbors, your neighborhood, keep an eye out in your neighborhood for, not so much a strange happening, but just open your eyes a little bit. Do your best not to argue or debate too much. Your phone's probably going to be ringing a lot, text messaging, stuff like that. Just be mindful. Don't send out the wrong texts to people. Double check. I don't have nobody's name in my phone, so I really got to look at the phone numbers, because I'm old school. If I lose my phone, I need to know whose number is what. So I have everybody's number memorized, but definitely pay extra careful attention when you're sending text messages. Make sure that you're very specific when you're giving directions for certain things, because like I said, this is definitely very Mercury retrograde energy in the air. I'll be back probably, I'm gonna come back on Friday, because I got a feeling it's gonna be a little funky. We're gonna have to have a little funky Friday session on Friday, so I definitely will see you guys on Friday. But yeah, like my channel, subscribe, share. We're building a community here, y'all. this is something great, and I'm really looking forward to our journey in the future because we're going to have a wonderful time here. So everybody have a great evening. Sleep well, eat well, be well, and drink plenty of water. Peace.